Well, this will be the ultimate test right out of the gate, a year into his administration, on whether or not Brandon Johnson is all in for the CTU that he lobbied for, or if he's representing the city at large and what's best for everybody. Mailee Smith will join me in just a second. Obviously, a new contract's going to cost money. The last one was $3 billion plus. Here's Stacey Davis Gates on how much this one's going to cost and what her take on it is.
We are asking you to give us an opportunity to tell our story. It will cost $50 billion and 3 cents. Where's the Civic Federation Committee? Where y'all at? Where y'all table? Yes, it will. And so what? That's audacity.
That's obnoxious.
Wow.
She should lose her job just based on that. And if you're a Chicago teacher and that person is the ultimate representative of your union, you should be demanding she goes.
For reference, the entire total base tax receipts for the state of Illinois, last year was $50.7 billion.
Oh, so the teachers get all of it.
Yep.
And this is the problem with you if you're a teacher. I love teachers. My daughter's a teacher. I love teachers. Teachers are the backbone. Teachers, farmers, cops, firemen. Sure. Teachers are the backbone of society. But you got to stay at work, and you got to make it for the kids, and you got to have a union that fairly represents you and is realistic and not clicking our heels and going, so what? We want $50 billion. Shame on you. What's the matter with you? Yeah.
Why not?
Mailee Smith joins us now from the Illinois Policy Institute. So this list was leaked. I'm looking at it now. What can you tell us about some of the bullet points?
Yeah, thanks for having me this morning. And I'm laughing as I'm listening to that clip and your comments because it's so true. And when you look at these demands, they could cost $50 billion. We are talking about billions of dollars in demands. And, the number one demand I would highlight among many others that are costly is housing for CTU's members.
I don't even understand. I don't even understand how that works. Yeah. I mean, you work in a job
that pays you money so that you pay your mortgage.
Cops and firemen aren't getting free houses,
right?
So basically, what it comes down to is they want to hijack the real estate transfer tax hike if it passes, and in their demands, they zone in on this transfer tax hike that's on the ballot in March this month. As this is the kickoff to their demands. They want this ballot initiative to pass, and they talk about housing assistance for, homeless students, but their number one demands that they list is financial assistance for CTU members to live and work in the city. So we're seeing, this is part of their plan. Their list of demands show why CTU handpicked and then bankrolled Johnson into office. And this is a chance for them to get anything that they want at the bargaining table. And there's no accountability because no one will be there to represent the taxpayers, the people who are footing this supposed $50 billion bill. Johnson was handpicked by them.
Well, that's why the word has to be gotten out by you guys, by us, and by everybody else about this being absolute nonsense. Here's the way a negotiation works. I ask for more than you'll give me. You offer less than I want, and we meet in the middle. If you start at $50 billion, where's your middle?
Right, exactly. And this really is the ultimate test, right? To see if he gives in to their demands. And if he does, Chicagoans should remember it's going to signal that he's not there for them. He's not there for the regular Chicagoans. He's there for his CTU leader friends. This is kind of what it looks like to have to elect a union puppet into the city's highest office. Some of their other demands are cost of living adjustments meeting or exceeding inflation. And keep in mind, the median Chicago teacher salary is over $93,000. This is not the homeless person that the real estate transfer tax hike that Johnson says is for the homeless is supposed to help. They want more staff, more librarians, more paraprofessionals. They want to prohibit the use of teacher ratings for layoffs. So if you have a terrible teacher, but they've been there for 20 years, the really great brand new teacher who has excellent ratings, gets the boot.
You know what's amazing to me, Mailee, as well, and this goes to the last negotiation and the one before that. That's why I'm talking to teachers this morning, and I'm saying this should piss you off because you get to be made the enemy on behalf of Stacey Davis Gates in a ridiculous audacity comment. What are you, super mayor? I mean, that's the kind of thing she would have said. So what bothers me is I don't see anything in here about this is what's really needed to make it better for kids.
For the students, yeah. And then, like you brought it up. Does the mayor then, does he pretend that these things are ridiculous and then pass them all? Or does he just like let it go and they all get passed?
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like I'll be sitting here with my popcorn all spring and summer, right? Because it's like, what is he going to do? And I do think there is an element of him that has realized it is not as easy to govern Chicago as maybe he thought it was. And so is he going to roll over or is he going to do what's best for Chicagoans? And, you know, we have all seen what happens when CPS and CTU get more money. There have been falling test scores, falling proficiency since CORE, which is Stacey Davis Gates, their caucus, since they took over. Just 1 in 4 CPS students can read at grade level. We see a more militant union. There have been 5 walkouts on students since 2012. We see more politics instead of academics. So all of these things are the focus, not the kids. And we see that through these lists to me.
This is another one that troubles me. Chicago Public Schools shall create a pool of resources to address maternal care needs and racial health care disparities. The most racist element in this city are Brandon Johnson and everybody else who makes everything about whether you're black, white, brown, or some other color. Other folks aren't talking about color. You're talking about color. And if you're making $92,000 a year, why is there a need for an adjustment for health care because you're black or brown?
And also the maternal care needs and racial health care disparities, that's not for the students.
That's for the teachers.
It's for the teachers.
Right. And when you look at the health care that they receive already, their copays are very low. Because it's outlined in the previous contract. Their copays are very low. And they actually had, for the first couple of years of the contract, like 0% increases in their portion. That's unheard of in our world for your health insurance to go up, for your contribution to go up 0%. So they're paying very little for something that is very, good health insurance already.
Well, look, the money doesn't exist. The money's not there. So I don't know what sort of magic wand Stacey Davis Gates thinks she has to create money. The money's not there.
Right. And, you point out that one, and there's a number of ironic demands.
Like expanded access to bariatric surgery?
Yes, sir.
Right.
But like more protections around bullying. Well, the contract already prohibits verbal abuse, threatening, humiliating, intimidating language. But what's funny is that those are all things that Stacey Davis Gates does regularly, right? Like, how about the fact that there is a police report relating to her telling teachers to punch a principal? Like, how about we talk about that kind of bullying and the bullying that CTU does, not just to administrators and taxpayers and the parents that just want their kids to be in school, but to their own teachers. You mentioned teachers being angry. They should be angry at this, and we have seen them. They're not happy with the leadership of CTU. We have seen teachers leaving the union more in the last year.
No, this is embarrassing. This is absolutely embarrassing to put teachers in the crosshairs of this. Tom just found a number in the Tribune. What is the number you just found, Tom, for for funding?
Yes, according to the Chicago Tribune, CPS remains around $1.4 billion shy of the funding the state has already determined that it needs.
Oh, so we need $51.5 billion now because we don't have the 1.5 left.
Exactly.
What a science fiction movie. Well, we're going to need to stay in touch with you guys, obviously, because we want to make sure the public knows about this, especially going into the primary on the 19th and into the summer.
We should try to get the mayor on the phone and ask him about it.
Mayor Johnson's welcome here. Stacey Davis Gates is welcome here. Be happy to talk to you and ask you fair questions like the ones we're bringing up right now. Mailee Smith, Illinois Policy Institute. Where do we find the story?
You can check out our website at illinoispolicy.org. And if there are teachers out there that are upset with what the union is doing, check out leavectu.com. That's where you can find out information about how to opt out of the union and not be a part of this anymore.
Yeah, and there's a lot of teachers' jobs in the burbs. I'm telling you. So,
Yep.
it's not easy. I have nothing but respect for teachers. I have no respect for anybody claiming to represent teachers and trying to steal all the money in the city. Stop it already. Ridiculous. Thank you, Mailee.